Well, we're finally doing it. We are doing Flattop Trail today. I know there's someone that's wanted me to do this for a while probably, but we'll finally do it. We're gonna try to go out to Peak 3 today. So we're just at the Glen Alps parking lot. We're gonna do, I think it's called the Backside Trail today. There's also a Sunnyside Trail, which I'll try to point out when we get to that, but that'll be like at the top. So we'll just be going up and some periodic videos along the way. So the trail's pretty straightforward. We're pretty early on still. There's a little bit of snow, but I don't really think we're gonna have to cross any. Maybe until we get to the top and start heading back on the other peaks. Now right up there is our goal. So it doesn't really take that long to get there. I'm guessing it'll take us maybe 45 minutes total. I'm not really sure. I don't think I've done this hike in like 5 years. But we will very slowly but surely get there. And there is a good scrambling portion towards the top. And I'll kind of show you when we get to that point. Now we just came from that way, so I just stick to the right of this little fence. We're gonna head down here, and there's gonna be a path that goes up over to the right. And so we're just gonna take that way while we're going up. And it kind of wraps around this little false peak here. And then we'll get to some stairs, and then we'll kind of be right before, actually I think there's one at a little part before the scrambling area. So if you come this early in the year, you have to be careful of these areas with snow still. So you can see, like right down here, there's ice. So you have to be very careful. You don't want to slip off this area. And that little path I crossed earlier had just a little bit of snow. It wasn't bad at all. But you can get a nice look into the inlet. And we'll be heading up. Got a little area to rest here. And that's just up the stairs. I got a little surprise for you here. If you didn't get enough stairs, we have more stairs. So, I made it up over the stair section. That's down that way. This is that mound we went around. And then you can see the American flag up there. And that's where we're going. Now I should mention here, it's not really a defined path. I've probably been on like 10 different paths as I've snaked my way up. So don't worry about trying to stick to one path. Just pick whichever looks the easiest. All of them should lead you up to the top. Now this portion right here, if you're scared of heights, I would stop here. We're getting pretty close to the kind of scrambling / climbing section. It's not really climbing, I would say scrambling. Yeah, so see right here, right, we'll start our climb. And so I'm going to sheath my pole, and then if you brought some gloves, it'd be a good time to put them on. Alright guys, I got you on my little shoulder mount kind of thing. So hopefully this gives you a good enough view. I'm trying to keep it where you can see me climbing a little bit. Alright, so hopefully that climbing video turned out pretty good. But this is the top. As you can see, it is very flat. And you can kind of see over some of the hikes we've done. So right across the way there is Little O'Malley. Follow the ridge up, there's Big O'Malley. Over here, got the, I always get them mixed up. Maybe that's the ramp, I don't know. The other one's the wedge over there. But right now we're just gonna head back this way. So I think, I'm guessing peak 3, I don't know if you can really tell, but I think it's that one like up there. Could be this one over here though. But we'll just be heading that way. I'll get a little snack, get my pole back out, and then we'll head out. I should have mentioned earlier, but we're just gonna walk off this backside here. And so off to the right, you can see that path kind of down there. That's, I think, is the Sunnyside Trail. So you can park down by Rabbit Lake. And if you park at the very beginning of the parking area, there's a trail that takes you up the Sunnyside. Full disclosure though, I have actually never hiked up from that way. So. here is peak 2. We're all the way at the top. I took a little more aggressive way up. You can take this path down there, kind of see down that way, or you can do this. Whichever way you feel like it. And peak 3 has a lot of snow, so we'll see if we can actually summit it today. So we got off peak 2. Trying to decide which way is the best way to get up to peak 3. There's a big snowfield over here. So I don't really want to cross over the snowfield. I might just go to the right of it. And then just kind of call that good. So that's peak 3 right there. And so you see that big snowfield? I just kind of side hilled my way to the side of it. But yeah, I'm not really sure best way up here. I think I'm gonna end up going up and then cutting to the right. But I will probably test the snow first. Because if it's hard enough that I can just step into it, then I'll just go up that way. So I decided to just kick my way up. I did find some tracks here. Now it is important, even if you see the tracks, make sure you're kicking into the snow. And why that's important is if you slip, you might just go sliding for a while. So keep kicking into the snow. It's gonna provide you enough support. Well, I found some rock here. So you can see I kicked my way up from here all the way from the bottom. I abandoned those set of tracks I saw earlier. They went kind of right next to a rock, like a big one. Sometimes on those kind of rocks there can be a big depression where the snow is. That kind of just collapses in. So you just need to be careful. But I think this trail will take us to the top now. Might have to do one more snowfield, but not too bad. Oh, my phone says we have arrived at peak 3. So let's just go up here to the top. So, really great view here. I think we're gonna stop here and have some lunch. Yeah. I feel like we made pretty good time. I actually have absolutely no idea. Let me see. 2 hours. So, should take you somewhere around there. I was moving pretty good, so maybe a little bit slower, but I think somewhere around 2 hours. I think it took an hour or so to get up Flattop, maybe an hour and a half for peak 2, and then 2 hours to here. So I think we'll take a break. I might end up going a little further. I've never actually been any further on here, so I don't actually know what it looks like. But it doesn't look too bad. To maybe we'll just go over. There's like a little outcropping right there. Maybe we'll just go over there, see what it looks like. So I came this way, this little snow path. I think you're meant to kind of climb up here. So we're in a very very carefully do that. Those seem kind of dangerous, but it's okay. This is awkward. I'm gonna put the camera down here, kind of see what happened there. I was trying to figure out how to traverse this the easiest way, so we came down like that, and now we're heading this way. Ooh, a little slippery. But on the way back, that'd be much easier to go up than to come down. I am hoping if we continue this way, we'll find a way to drop down to the Rabbit Lakes Trail. I'm not sure. So, kind of looking at it, I don't know what it looks like off the other side of this, but there's prints through the snowfield, kind of right there, and then through the next one. And I think if I get over there, maybe I can just take this side up to the top. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try that. We got plenty of time today, so if I have to backtrack or something, that's fine. And whenever I'm messing around with snow in the summer, I always try to be a little careful, because it can be a little icy, or can kind of break up under you and get some of that rotten snow. But we did have good snow earlier. Maybe we'll just kind of kick our way up. So we'll see how it goes when we get over there. You know, guys, this has actually been a pretty fun ridge so far. It's not like super easy, but it's not too difficult. But I like it's got some parts where you have to do like a little bit of a scramble to get over stuff. So it keeps it pretty interesting. The little bits of snow have been kind of fun to deal with. So overall, I'm having a really good time today. So I'm going to attempt this right here. I'm going to try to take this path. You see the steps going to the side? I'm just going to follow it over to that other part. There is some steps up here, you can see, but I don't think I want to be that high up and be crossing over to the right. I think I'd rather be down here where I don't have to worry about sliding too far. Man, guys, I know I just said it, but I'm having a really good time today. Something about this is just seeming like a lot of fun. I don't know why. Maybe because I haven't been back this far before. I always tend to have a good time when I'm doing something I haven't done before. Ooh, that one's pretty deep. Yeah, snow's not bad at all. Yeah, so you can see we worked our way all the way over. There were some people following me. I don't know if they turned back. There was a little tricky section in there. Maybe they stopped there for a little bit just to work it out. But that was just that part I showed you where I had to turn around and go down. Yeah, so I guess we'll go up this now. So it got pretty rocky, so I think I'm just gonna have to go over the rocks. Well, guys, I made it up that rocky section there. You can see all the way back where we've come from. And I think this is gonna be our goal for today. I believe it's called Flaketop. It does not look too bad at all from where we are. I think all I need to do is work this ridge around, get down to there. There's a little path through the snow up to here, and then I think I just get the summit from there. So I don't think it's going to be too bad at all. But yeah, that'll be our goal for today. I'm hoping to find a trail, or at least easy looking area to drop down to Rabbit Lakes Trail. I'm not sure how easy it'll be, but if we can find one, that'll be really nice. And then we can follow that back to the Sunnyside Flattop Trail, and we can kind of avoid coming back through the ridge here. And it'll make it kind of like a loop hike. We'll have to go down Flattop. So I'll get with you probably, honestly, right when I get to the top. I'm guessing maybe, I don't think it'll be more than half an hour. So you can see I'm finished traversing the ridge. I'm on that snow path, and looks like we can make it up to right there. Well, guess what? This is not the top yet. This is a little false summit, I guess. So it made it look like you had to go like up and over this and then to something else. So I guess when I get up there, we'll see. So on this portion, just from where I told you this was the false summit, if you just stay to the side looking over, I don't know, is that north? Pretend it's north. Left as you're going up, right as you're looking back. But if you just stay kind of close to the top of the ridge on this side, there's a nice trail. Very easy to follow. And it looks like this is the next one. Again, it doesn't look too bad. I don't really think we're gonna have too much of a problem. I think it should be alright. And I think that one up there is Flaketop. But I don't know if you guys can tell, there's kind of a front and there's like a little back area. So I'm not sure which one's which. But when we get up there, we'll deal with it. And I'm just kind of looking at the snow here to see what we want to do. Seems like the easiest is just going to be to take the snow just kind of up to here and then just go on the ridge. But there is a path. You can take it all the way through. I might actually end up doing that. Yeah, probably just try that. Closing in on this big spire over here. Well, when you guys see this group of rocks, you'll know you've reached the end. So all we need to do, I think, is just go around the other side. And I don't know if we can actually climb up there. But yeah, we're just gonna go around the other side and we'll be there. So I got to the other side, there's this, and there's the back side of that formation we saw. My phone says the back side of the formation is the top. So that's what we're gonna go with today. Well guys, it's actually like a little sketchy up here. This is kind of what it looks like. I came from over there. So you do have to climb a little bit to get up here. So just FYI, if you guys are wanting to come up to this part, there's just that tiny bit of a climb there. But this is the view from the top. So you can see all around here. And I'm trying to figure out if this is Ptarmigan Peak right there. I kind of think it might be. If it is, then I actually think we can drop off the back of this and then head down. Because I recall when we did that last year, there was like a path over that direction. So anyway, I'm honestly just going to climb back down from this and then probably go over there to have like a little snack. Yeah, this part's cool, but I don't know, prefer a little more security, I guess. I don't know. I guess that just means I'm getting older, right? Anyway, yeah, we'll keep heading somewhere. Hopefully down to that Rabbit Lake trail and then out. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of pick my way down to the valley right here, and then I think we can just work our way down. So I'm kind of taking a weird path. I just kind of came from up there. Almost fell. We're kind of just on this scree slope, and I think I'm just going to work my way down to the trail. I can see the trail from here, so I'm not worried about not finding it. Yeah, guys, so we're back on classic Chugach scree slope. Can be pretty fun. But what's nice is I don't have to really worry about a trail. Just kind of follow this. The only bad part is I guess you have to take the rocks out of your shoes. Like I can feel it right now. I got a bunch of them in there. But yeah, I think I'm kind of aiming. I don't know, down over there or something. I don't know if that big snowfield. No, I don't think I need to cross it. I'm pretty sure I can just go right there to the trail. To the big snowfield here. I'm gonna go ahead and just see what it feels like. We might end up taking that down. If it feels pretty good, we'll just walk down that. If it doesn't, then we'll just go around. Almost died. Let's see. That felt too bad. Yeah, right now it feels okay. If I was a more daring man, you could actually like slide down this whole thing. But I will settle for using it like a little highway here. This will just take us nice and easy on the way down, I think. Oh, here, we got a pretty controlled slide. So this is, if you're glissading, if you can get this kind of, you have to get like just in the groove. Yeah, perfect. But you need to be keep your weight back so you don't fall forward. But I don't usually like to sit down and fly. I like to just kind of stand kind of halfway up and then let my feet just kind of drag me down. That was a pretty good run. Yeah, well, this is a lot easier than having to walk down the whole thing. This is a pretty good workout too. Man, if you had your skis, you'd be flying down here. But I gotta check and see where I need to turn off at. Oh, moguls! Oh, I think that might be the trail. I think just a little further down. Whew. Good butt slide there. That's kind of a steeper portion. Alright, well I think that's pretty much it for the glissading. So, we'll just go join the path. Alright, so we went glissading from up there, and now we're on the Rabbit Lake Trail. So, probably not going to have anything interesting from here until we get to the Sunnyside Trail. So, I'll just pop back up when we get to there. Well, guess whose phone fell out of their pocket? So we get to climb all the way back up to potentially the top of the glissading part to try to find it. I'm hoping, you saw that part where I slipped backwards? I'm hoping that's where it is. But I kind of think it's where I twisted around earlier. So, we're gonna go try to find it. Oh, I think I see it, actually. It's like, I don't know if you can see the dark spot on the hill. Pretty sure that's my phone. Really hope it is. Oh yeah, I bet that's it. If it's not, we still got a ways to go, but it's on like the right side of the where I was sliding, and that's the side I usually carry my phone in. So I think this is it. I would be very grateful if it is. Yeah, that's it. Sick. Okay. This wasn't even a bad trek back up. Oh, kicked like snow in my face. Yeah. There it is. Oh. Yeah. Nice. Okay. We can continue now. Big pile of bear scat over here. Can't tell how old that is, but it's probably still around here somewhere. We're right at the parking lot, so once you're here, just go all the way to the other end of the parking lot, and that's where the Sunnyside Trail will start. Alright, so right up here past the porta potty, that is where you're going to take a right and head up the Sunnyside Trail. So this trail basically just switchbacks all the way up. And yeah, nothing super exciting about it. It's kind of slowly meanders its way up. If you guys like switchbacks, this trail is for you. It just keeps switching back and forth. I actually forgot to set time or pay attention to what time it was when I started. I've been walking at least half hour. There's a plane up there. But we're getting there. I don't think it should be too much longer. So, right up here is where we were earlier today. So that's Flattop right there. So we're just gonna head up that way. Well, we're back up Flattop. And now we're just gonna head back down. So I'll probably get a couple more videos on the way down.
We're gonna have dinner with Ken and Sarah.
Okay. What time? Well, I got
Whenever we get there, probably. Sarah's done with work at 3.
it's rolling down there.
Guys, so we're just about done, and so that took right around 7 hours, I think. You see, no, I guess 6 hours and 45 minutes.